Hello everybody, Klaire Fluffle here, and if there's one thing that you should be able to tell right away when looking at my channel, it's that I love dogs. Puppers are just so cute. So it should come as no surprise that, by extension, I love Ball Kirby. Because I like dogs like balls, and I'm assuming balls like me. It's like a Fire Emblem weapon triangle kind of thing. Genuinely though, Ball Kirby is one of my favorite abilities due to how it changes how Kirby controls, how they move around, their physics, everything. And in adventure, it can certainly be fun to play around with. Nothing spectacular, but it can be pretty good if you know what you're doing. Then Nightmare and Dreamland came around, and Ball instantly became the strongest ability in the game, and is easily among the overall best. Huh? How the heck did that happen? I read on GameFAQs once, like 20 years ago, that Ball was terrible, and now some speedrunner's trying to convince me it's actually good? Yeah, a nice try, you weird dog lady. I'm going back to the mid-2000s, where we were smart enough to know that Ball Kirby was an absolute joke. Please take me with you. So what the heck is it about Ball that makes it so good? That's what we're about to find out. But first, if you wind up enjoying the video, like Kirby, or just want to help me out, please consider liking the video, watching it from start to finish, and subscribing to the channel. All of them really help me out, and if you super want to help, consider checking out my Patreon and becoming a puptrin. You can get neat perks, like 2-day early access to all of my videos. Special thanks to my head-patting Fluffle fan puptrins, Biohazard, Tyke, and remember, Miss K says, "Help! I'm stuck in a YouTube video! You need to subscribe on Twitch to save me!" I love you all! Alrighty, so what's this hidden secret with Ball? In a game with boss-annihilating abilities like Hammer, Sword, Spark, UFO, High Jump, the works, what makes Ball of all things the best? A few things, but before getting into that, let's actually talk about what Ball does. To appreciate the Ball, you have to understand the Ball, you know? We're getting really high concept in a video narrated by an anime puppy girl VTuber. So, when you press B, Kirby will turn into a ball. They can't float anymore, but you can press or hold the A button to make Kirby jump. While ascending and descending, Kirby will be in an attacking state, dealing damage. If Kirby is boinging or falling quickly enough, they'll be invincible until they hit a ceiling, the ground, or just slow down. It can get pretty crazy with the boing, 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 but it's fun, so it's fine. Okay, now we're ready to get into the details. Not that Ball has many, it's just a ball, but here we go. When you attack in a Kirby game, these attacks deal damage. I know, complicated stuff. Each attack has a set number of damage that it does. Parasol's main attack, for example, deals 5 damage, while its tip deals 2. So, if a boss has 40 HP, it would take 8 of Parasol's swooshes, or, oh my god, 20 of the Parasol wins by doing absolutely nothings to defeat a boss. The consistency is nice, even if the mere idea of boss patterns makes this kinda null and void. And of course, every other ability is like this as well. Sword's swing will always deal 6 damage, lasers, pew, will always deal 3 damage, so on and so forth. Now, for some abilities like Spark, low damage doesn't mean much since it's an attack that's always active. See, when you use something like Parasol's Phenom, it's only out for a set amount of time. Then there's a cooldown period before Kirby can attack again. Something like Spark may deal the same amount of damage per hit as Parasol, but because it's always active, it winds up dealing a lot more damage a lot faster. It doesn't make a huge difference for bosses because they have a lot of HP, but mini bosses tend to only have somewhere around 30. And when you're dealing 5 damage per hit, yeah, that winds up being a 6-hit KO. Puppy knows how to do math, okay? With all of that said, we can finally begin to understand why Ball is so good. How much damage per hit does Ball deal? No suspense here, I'm just gonna tell you, it's 16. More than triple of what Spark deals per hit, crazy enough. So let's go over numbers to further explain why this is so crazy. For one, the ice blocks that you get by freezing enemies with ice or, well, freeze, they deal 10 damage, which is already way less than Ball, given that the ice blocks are super situational to begin with. Mike, an ability that you only get to use 3 times before it goes away forever, deals 14 damage per use, so for individual hit, it's still less than Ball. Heck, the Star Shot that you go whoo, whoo, 2 against the final boss with. That only deals 10 damage. You're telling me that instead of having a climactic final battle in the stars against the epitome of everybody's nightmares, I could have just thrown a ball and won even faster? Yes, that is exactly what I am saying. But the real shockers come from the damage numbers on Hammer and UFO. Hammer, per hit, deals 10 damage. And of course, Hammer falls into the Parasol camp of uses attack and has to wait before attacking again camp, rather than Sparks, haha, button make Kirby go funny camp. So Ball wins there. But what about UFO? Surely you're thinking Ball can't be stronger than UFO. The beam attack, alright, fine. The baby laser, cool. But the slightly charged laser and the big boy laser? Well, the slightly charged laser does 10, which again gives you an idea of how strong Ball is, but the fully charged shot is the one that super matters, and that does 18 damage. On the one hand, yeah, 18 is a bigger number than 16, but on the other, yeah, fully charging the most lethal laser blast in the game by copying the most advanced tech from an alien species only does 2 more damage and just being a little bouncy ball. And because you have to charge it, it's also a lot slower than just using Ball to begin with. I hope you all know, by the way, this is actually very par for the course for Kirby. The crazy thing about Ball is that it actually falls in the Spark camp on my just made it up sliding scale of Spark versus Parasol. Sure, it isn't technically always active, but against mini bosses where damage actually matters, Ball is going to at least 3-shot all of them. With good positioning, you can jump near a boss, hit them, land another hit on the way down, hop back up, destroy them, and poof out of your Ball form. It's quick, it's efficient, and it makes an absolute joke out of both versions of the Rainbow Resort 2 mini boss rush, or 7-2 as most people call it. 7-2 is infamous in the Kniddle speedrunning community. What the heck is a Kniddle? Oh, that actually makes sense. For being one of the worst run killers in the game, so my advice to anyone who wants to learn Nightmare in Dreamland is, before even learning the game, learn Ball. It isn't all sunshine and rainbows though, since Ball isn't the only good boss killer in the game. I mentioned Spark already, but High Jump is this game's other dominant boss killer, and it technically deals the same damage as Ball. See, when you use High Jump, not only does Kirby themselves deal damage, but the clouds that Kirby leaves behind do as well. Do not ask me how this logically works, because I am tired and I am confused! Combining the two together, High Jump ends up dealing 16 damage, just as much as Ball, but even faster against grounded foes, since you just mash the buttons really fast because we love button mashing in our video games! At the end of the day, though, Ball is still a top 5 ability for sure. Wheel, Burning, and High Jump are all probably better due to their movement perks, on top of ranging from good enough to amazing versus bosses. Still, Ball's undeniable strength and speed against these very same bosses, with some movement utility here and there, make it an easy contender for the top 5. Personally, I'd go as far as to say it's number 4, and if you catch me on a weird enough day, I might even call it number 3 above High Jump, but what matters most is that Ball of all things, has the best overall damage output in all of Nightmare in Dreamland. This is both a fact and a meme, and I find that just as special as the game itself. But first, have you ever wondered what I smell like? Hey, don't click off the video, I promise this isn't anything weird. I'm just saying, if you want to know my scent, I have a candle! It is called the Vanilla Fluffle Scented Candle, and I think it came out really well. At the checkout, you can either decide to get a normal candle or one with a wooden wick if you like to hear that crackling sound. I don't think that's it, but that's the sound that I wanted to make in the moment. Not only is this website a trusted source, and you can have a little more Fluffle in the house, and if you use the link in the description down there, you will also be supporting me for no extra cost. Thank you very much again to Candle for this opportunity. This isn't a sponsored video or anything, I just wanted to let you guys know I have a candle now. Now, on with the video!